Hi guys! So I'm here with another series, but this time I'm kind of doing a bit of a drugstore series for you guys, and I know that the Naked and the Naked 2 palettes from Urban Decay can kind of seem very expensive, and for some of you, you can't justify spending $50 for an eyeshadow palette, so I thought I would come up with an alternative for you guys that are on a budget, or maybe you're just starting out in makeup and you kind of want a palette that you can do a lot with, and this palette that I have here can definitely do all of that. And it's by NYX or NYX, and it is the Butt Naked Eyes palette. Now this is amazing. It's available, I think, in the US from Ulta, but I purchased this off a website called Cherry Culture, and they do ship internationally, which is really amazing. And you can purchase them also with the US prices instead of the Australian dollar, which is amazing for us at the moment because the dollar in Australia is so strong. You can pick this up for basically dollar for dollar for the US price, which is $23.75, which I think for an eyeshadow palette that is this amazing, I definitely would recommend this palette. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys what the palette looks like. So in here it has an amazing sized mirror, and these are the eyeshadows that you get in the palette. So as you can see, there are 15 different coloured shadows, ranging from a kind of really pale white here to some nice kind of neutral browns and a really nice black in the middle of the bottom row there. So they're really amazing colours, and they're really nice cool tones as well, which I think is really flattering on the eyes. And I don't think that NYX was trying to compare to the Urban Decay palettes. I think they were just trying to come up with something that was really easy for people to use, and it's kind of an all-in-one product. Like, I used everything from this palette basically. I used all the eyeshadows from the palette, and what's really cool about this is at the bottom it slides out and you get a bronzer down here, 2 highlighter shades, and 4 different coloured blushes. So as you can see there, you really get an amazing selection of different products. So I used all products from here. I used the bronzer, the blush, the highlighter, and the shadows to do this whole look. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this palette, and I'll put the link down below, like I said, so you guys can go and check it out. And even if you do have the Urban Decay Naked palettes, I would definitely recommend getting this as well, because a mascara, I think this is really great for traveling. I mean, you could just take foundation, setting powder, and a lipstick, and you are good to go. You have everything you need right in here. And I also think it's amazing for people who are literally just starting out in makeup and they want to know what products that I would recommend to start out with. It has all the eyeshadows that you could possibly want to start out in makeup. It has 4 different blush shades, a bronzer, and a highlighter, so you could do any look you could possibly want with this palette. So now I'm just going to stop talking about this palette. I can't recommend it enough, but we are here to do a tutorial, so I'm going to move straight on and show you how I achieved this look. Okay, so as you can see, I have absolutely no makeup on my face, so I'm going to start with my foundation, and I'm using the Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum Foundation in number 52, and I'm just going to take a pump of that onto the back of my hand, like that. And I'm going to use my Sigma Flat Kabuki F80 brush just to buff that into the skin. Okay, so now I've got the foundation on. I'm just going to leave that for a minute and let that sink into the skin. So now I'm going to zoom in and show you what I'm going to do to my eyes. Okay, so first of all, I'm just going to prime my eyes, and this is just going to ensure that my eyeshadow stays all day. So I'm using my Urban Decay Primer Potion, and I'm just going to pop that on the lid and blend it all the way up to my brow bone. And take my ring finger and blend that in. Okay, so now moving on to eyeshadows. Okay, so the first shade I'm going to use is just this pink shadow which has a lot of gold through it. So I'm just going to take my Sigma E55 brush just to blend that onto the lid. Okay, so next we just want to add a little bit of something into the crease of the eye. So I'm just going to take this kind of matte brown here and just slightly blend that into the crease. And I'm using my Sigma E25 brush just to do that. We want it to look really natural, so it just looks like our natural eye socket. And I'm not going to use a gel liner today, I'm just going to use the matte black in the palette here. And I'm just going to take a Sigma E65 brush and just kind of smudge that into the upper lash line. And as you can see, that's just made my eyes slightly more defined and my lashes look even thicker. So now moving on to mascara, I'm just going to use my CoverGirl Lash Blast Fusion. And this is just going to give me a really natural look to my lashes, which I want, because I don't want them to look too fake and dramatic. So I'm just going to apply a really light layer of that. Just to my upper lashes, not my lower lashes. So that is the eyes done. Now I'm going to zoom out and show you what I'm going to do to the rest of my face. Okay, so now I'm just going to apply some concealer underneath my eyes, and I'm going to use my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer in Brightener. And this is just going to really help brighten up my eyes. So I'm just going to dab that on and take my ring finger and blend it out. Then I'm going to put a flesh tone concealer over the top of that, and I'm using my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer in medium, just right over the top of where I put the brightener. And again using my ring finger to blend that out. These concealers do an absolute amazing job at covering up under eye circles. It's really, really nice. And it also doesn't sink into any fine lines around the eye area, which is really nice. Okay, now I'm just going to powder that all into place, and I'm using my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in medium dark and a powder brush just to tap that into the skin. Then for bronzer, I'm going to take my NYX Butt Naked Eyes palette, and I'm going to use the bronzer in the bottom part of the palette. And I'm going to take my Sigma F25 brush to blend that into the skin. Then for blush, I'm just going to take this kind of natural peachy shade on the bottom of the NYX Butt Naked palette, and I'm taking my Sigma F40 brush just to pop that on the apples of my cheeks. And I'm just going to pop on a little bit of highlighter, and I'm using the kind of peachy highlighter here at the bottom of the NYX Butt Naked palette, and I'm using a Sigma F35 brush just to pop that on the tops of my cheekbones. So finally for lips, I'm going to take my NYX Extreme Lip Cream in the shade Buttery Nude. And this is kind of just a natural rosy pink colour. So I'm just going to pop that on my lips. And these are very pigmented, as you can see, so I'm just going to take my finger and blend it out a little bit. Okay, so this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you have any comments, questions or video requests, don't hesitate to leave them in the comment section down below and I'll get back to you. But until then, I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye!